Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Hope you are all well this morning. We're just going to take a minute here. Everything, knock on wood, should be working just fine. Let me have a look here. Let me see. Just let me check. Just let me check and see how we're doing here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, look at this. Would you look at this? It's not perfect, but it's better. All right, so we have a description and we have me and we have the other camera. We're doing great. We're really doing great here. Okay, we're gonna change the chat to be live chat. We're making progress. That's all we ask. All we can ask for is to continue to grow and learn and be the best person we can be every single day. Show up. Okay, so let me see. I need to just post one thing real quick and then we'll be good to go. Look at this. We're not going to waste the first 20 minutes today. Ow. This is awesome. This is pretty awesome. Heavens knows I really needed a little bit of awesome today. All right. Da da da. Da da da. Okay. And then I need to pin that. I can do that. Pin the message. Okay. So what we need to have happen is, can I go up a little bit? Yeah, okay. All right, let's see here. We are good. I think we are good. I can see the chat. You can see me. You can see the beautiful water. As you can see this morning, we are back at another one of my happy places. Look, this bandage is not gonna work. Guys, yesterday, I literally tore half of my fingernail, like way down so far. Oh my gosh, it hurts like crazy. So I keep bumping it and the band-aids keep falling off and all this stuff. It's great. All right, so we've been here once before. This is one of my happy places. And we're in the parking lot that's kind of close to my Panera. I didn't go to the Lowe's today because I tweaked my setup a little bit. I think maybe I have Streamlabs finally figured out. And so I think we can roll with this. I think this is gonna work. So you can see both at the same time. I would love it if the camera squished out and did the whole thing, but apparently it needs to be this way because then it can go out as a short and people like that better. So you know what? Who am I to mess with this? Lord knows I've messed with it long enough. Okay, so we're just rolling today. Here we go. It is 10:31. And guys, I gotta tell you that I made a post on Thursday night in Tarpon Springs, back at my old stomping grounds where my house used to be. And anyone that's familiar with my other channel, The Broken Hearted Homesteader, will know that due to health reasons and not being able to work, I was not able to keep the house and had to sell it before it went into foreclosure. So we were in Tarpon on Thursday. I took the week while my daughter was away at camp. I took the week and went and did some things that were filling my tank, right? Also, like I mentioned, I had 2 friends in the hospital, so I was hoping that I would be able to spend time with them as well. And I did get to see my friend Heather twice last week, so that was amazing. That was really great to be with her. Unfortunately, my friend Maria passed away on Saturday morning. Thankfully, she passed very quickly. I did not get to go and say goodbye. And that's okay. I had to mentally prepare myself that, you know, that last phone conversation over a week ago now was going to be the last time that I got to speak with her, other than text. You know, we had texted a couple of times while she was in the hospital before she became too weak to really continue with texting. So yeah, Maria has gained her wings and her pain is ended, which is amazing. She was in so much pain and she couldn't breathe. She was suffering so much. So in that aspect, this is amazing news for her. You know, it's just when you're the kind of person that likes to create a few very close, vital friendships in your life, like vital, that you need those people in your life. For one of them to just decide that it was time for them to go to heaven was not very cool of her. And I'm joking around just to keep myself from bawling. It's not that I take this lightly by any means, because I have literally been crying my eyes out for days now. My kids have had to step in multiple times and share some love and hugs and try to help me get through this, because Maria was a really special lady and we were really great friends. Okay, so moving on from Maria to the next hard topic, because my life seems to be full of them today. Today is June the 16th, and that's my friend Frank's birthday. Wow, lots of heavy stuff, right? So, ending of an almost 2-year relationship that was so important to me, and that really I thought was going to be my forever person, my ride or die. Crap. Yeah, so that's hard to process. We're just at the 2-week mark tomorrow on that relationship, and so there's lots of grief and loss that I'm trying to work through and process in that regard as well. So we have the relationship ending, we have Maria passing, and on the calendar, you know, like every day I'm looking at my calendar, and the birthday, Frank's birthday, keeps creeping closer and closer and closer. So here it is. Today is Frank's birthday. Happy birthday, Frank. If you're looking down and you can see me, which I think you can, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you really just are at peace, and I hope that the love that you always wanted has been found in abundance. So, to honor Frank, before I talk about the colors of heaven, which we are going to do, I wanted to honor Frank. I'm going to show you Frank. Here he is. Here is my Frank. This is the pamphlet that we made for Frank's celebration of life. That was in September of 2024, September the 8th, 2024. So, to honor Frank's birthday, I thought that I would read you. Frank was a poet, and I mentioned before that we might read some of his poetry on these live streams. So today is the day, guys. Today is the day that we will celebrate Frank by reading one of the poems that he wrote. And this poem is titled Truth Received. We put 2 poems that he wrote on his celebration of life. And then another one here on the back. So this is the one I'm going to read. Okay, so this is titled Truth Received. He wrote it on September 28th, 2021. His partner, Diane, had passed away at that point. She passed away during COVID, and he grieved her passing like you would not believe. She was everything to him. Was he perfect in that relationship? Not a chance. Are we perfect? Not a chance. Do we do the best we can? I believe that most people are trying to do the best they can. So when his partner passed during COVID in 2021, it rocked his world. It really, really, really rocked his world. And he was buried in grief for a really, really long time. That's actually how we met. We met at a support group, and that support group dealt with, it wasn't AA, but it was like an AA. So it was for hurts and habits and hang-ups. So any of those three things, that encompasses a lot of life, actually. So we met at this support group, and it took a little bit. The first time that we really talked, he scared the crap out of me. As you can see from the picture, he's not your typical, like, clean shaven, right? He looks like he belongs more in the mafia, which I have to say, that was the first thing that he shared with me, that he kind of was a kind of a mafia guy back in his younger years before he met God. And he, you know, like, he did it all, like guns, drugs, like he was the man, Frank. So the very first day, he asked me if I would help him do something on the computer, because the one thing that he was not even remotely interested in was learning how to use electronics. He didn't want a cell phone. He didn't want to use the computer. None of that. He was not interested. So he asked me if I would help him. So we met and we walked down. At that point, I did not have a vehicle. I had had my open heart surgery, and I was feeling pretty bad myself emotionally. So that's why I went to the support group, to try and see if I could work through some of my, whatever that was happening after my open heart surgery, the depression. I was very suicidal. So anyway, so I definitely needed the support group, and there was Frank. All right, so Frank asked me if I would walk with him to the library, and we would go on the computers and we would do some research. He wanted to do some research. So we went, and while we're sitting there, the first thing he says to me is, I just want you to know that I know my way around the guns and the knives, and like, he's going on and on and on about his former life, right? But I don't know if he thought that was going to impress me, but to be honest, it scared the hell out of me. Like, literally, I'm like, who is this guy that I have just now left the safety of my home, and I've walked 30 minutes with him, and I have to walk home with him? Am I even going to be safe? So I'm freaking out internally, and I'm trying not to show him that I'm freaking out, right? So as we continued talking and researching on the computers, I started to learn a little more about Frank, and I realized that underneath all of that was a teddy bear, a guy that just would give you everything. If he cared about you, that was it. Like, he was going to just give you anything and everything he could, because that's the kind of person he was, and he cared about people. So in his poetry, when he passed, I had promised him that I would take good care of his poetry. And so, to be honest with you, taking good care of his poetry has looked like cataloging it, getting it all organized by date, and that's about it. It's in a Rubbermaid tote in my van. But the good news is that with the ending of the relationship, like I mentioned, that's going to give me a whole bunch more time And I'm doing some rearranging in my van. And so that poetry is going to be much more accessible to me. So now I'm going to start taking the poetry, and what I need to do is I need to scan all of it. I mean, it's like thousands and thousands of pages of poetry. Books and books and books. Like maybe 100 notebooks full of poetry. And so I'm going to take it and I'm going to scan it, and I'm going to make an online collection, hopefully, that honors Frank. So that's what I'm going to work on in the next coming up months. That's my project for the next couple of months, however long it takes me. All right, so let's read the poem that Frank wrote. He was experiencing a great deal of grief, and that's the cool thing about Frank's poetry. He wrote about so much. Whatever was happening in his life, he wrote about it. Every single day he was writing, like 2 and 3 poems a day sometimes, right? So if you have something that's going on in your life, once I get this whole poetry archived, then we're going to be able to search, right? And like, I am feeling, you know, like Frank, today I'm really feeling crappy because I'm hurting. My friend passed and I'm really hurting. So let's organize by topic and find one that talks about grief. So this one actually talks about grief. So it's perfect. That's why we put it in with his celebration of life, because it's how he dealt with grief. Okay? And he dealt with grief by asking God how he should deal with grief. So here's what he wrote. Truth received, September 28th, 2021. God's answer to grief is Jesus, prayer, and love. 3 things. We must focus on grace, mercy, and keep trusting God up above. For everybody has been given agape love. Love is the only answer to every pain we will ever feel, touch, or know. Because by trusting God, our light will forever show. So Jesus is with me as I am pushing this pen in my God-held hand. For I know for me, God does have a plan. Glory to God, Frank C. Knighton. So that's Frank's poetry. I love you, Frank. It's really great. When we were in hospice together, the lady in hospice helped me to make a thumbprint of Frank. You know, like a thumbs up, kind of. And so I have it here with me in the van, and it's actually on my main key ring. And so Frank goes with me everywhere. His thumbs up goes with me everywhere. And so it's a special thing that I am very thankful to have his presence, a little bit of him still with me. So yeah, that's Frank for today. Happy birthday, Frank. I love you. And now we're moving on. We're moving on to the colors of heaven. And to be honest with you, like I said, a lot going on in my own personal life. Still not sleeping very well. So what we're going to do about that, which I'm super, super excited about. Before, for many, many years, like for 15 years, I have been sleeping in a hammock before being in a relationship, right? Okay, so I slept in a hammock, even actually when I was married to my ex-husband. I slept in the hammock too. Like, I had the hammock beside the bed, and it's just like I sleep so great in that hammock, guys. It's like being all cuddled up and in the womb, and you're just rocked to sleep. So anyway, the hammock is making a new appearance. I purchased a new hammock that's going to be a whole fresh start. My other hammock was so old that it was actually getting holes in it and falling apart. So I purchased a new one. It's beautiful. It's kind of like this color. So it's going to match decor in the van beautifully. I already have all the hooks in the van in the metal of the structure to hold it up. I just need to move some stuff around so that my hammock will hang properly in the van. It's going to be so fantastic. Oh man, I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So that's probably this weekend. My son's going to help me do it. So yes, I'm looking forward to sleeping like a baby. But today is not that day. Today is still sleep deprived, lots going on, yeah, kind of life. But let's talk about the colors of heaven. If you guys pop in and you want to say hi, that would mean the world to me. It really would mean the world to me. If you're here and you're there and you want to just say hello in the chat, or you want to leave a comment. If you're watching the replay and you wanted to leave me a comment, that would be so great. So again, my name is Faith. I am a regular, ordinary human being, just like you. I don't have a degree in psychology. I don't have a doctorate. I don't have any of those things. I'm just a person who is hurting and trying to get through this life the best that we can. We're all working together, and that's what I want to build here. Again, is a community where we have a safe place, where we are not okay, where we can come and be not okay, and there's other people that care that enough to be here and say you don't have to be like this alone. That's the whole point here, guys. So if you want to reach out and be part of this community, that would be amazing. If you could subscribe to the channel and hit all the notifications so that you get when we go live and when I post shorts throughout the week, that would be awesome. If you feel that this show helps you at all and you could share it with friends, family, anybody you know that is hurting also, that would also be fantastic. Okay, colors of heaven. So I had talked about the blue, and the blue is peace. The feeling with the blue is peace. Then I thought, okay, so I have the blue, but I still don't understand, right? I had this floating experience when I was on that operating table during my open heart surgery, and I was floating, but I didn't really know. You know, I was walking around after the open heart surgery feeling so icky. Like, I can't believe I'm still here. Like, what on earth? What is the point of me being here? Because then I had developed the PTSD, and it was becoming impossible to live in my own house. It was really terrible. The panic was really bad. I was taking lots of anxiety meds, like popping them like they were candy. It was awful. Awful. So I started going, and thankfully, this is a huge shout out to my friend Heather, who is getting treatment in rehab right now for her back. But she's the one that introduced me to, like I mentioned, the last stream, I mentioned the book, A Course of Miracles. And that book changed my life. It really, really changed my life. It gave me a reason to look at everything around me and go, man, why do I believe that? You know, why do I believe that? And things have meaning in my life because I've chosen to give them meaning. So it let me sort through things in my life and go, you know what? This part doesn't really work for me so well anymore. And I can let that go. And I did this whole inventory of my life, and I really pared down to, things that were super, super important to me. And that's why I really have no problem living this van life that I live now. I don't feel, oh my gosh, I lost my home. My life sucks. I don't feel that at all. Actually, in this process of living in the van and being outside so much, I have found a peace. Like, I come close to that peace that I found when I was floating in the blue. I come very close to that peace so many times. And I feel peace out here in nature, and just, you know, like creating a life. I've been able to create a new life that is so peaceful for the most part, other than, you know, all of us have hard times. And in these hard times, thankfully, I have this space and time to just really sit and process. So it's really amazing. So we had the blue, and I found a Course of Miracles. I found a group. Heather brought me to the group that she attended where they talk about a Course of Miracles. And at that group, there was a man that studied near-death experiences. That's his focus of study. So one day we're at the group and he says, you know, I heard this woman once tell about her near-death experience, it's like having this amazing shower. Okay? So you go in to the shower before you're all hot and you're gross and your clothes are stinky and, you know, like you're in bad shape before the shower. And then you go and you have this amazing hot shower. You feel relaxed, you feel refreshed, you feel amazing. And then you get out of the shower and you realize you forgot to bring a change of clothes. So you have to put on those gross, awful, sweaty, disgusting clothes, and you have to put them back on and walk around, right? And that's how he described the near-death experience, how this woman had described, and he was just retelling the story. But man, when he said that, the light bulb went off in my head. That's exactly how I feel. I went and I had this amazing shower in this peace, floating in the blue. It was amazing. And I felt this peace, and I thought, why would anyone ever want to come back after feeling that, right? So then to come back here to this world where the peace is not the same, and there's all these people doing horrible things to everyone, right? And my body is not cooperating, right? So I'm having this huge struggle. I'm wandering around at 3 a.m, hoping someone will take me out. Yeah, hard stuff. Really, really hard stuff. So I go to the group and I hear that story about the shower, and I'm like, oh man, that's how I feel. That's why I feel so bad. So what can I do about it? Right? What can I do? So at least I started to understand more. It didn't fix the problem, but studying the Course of Miracles and doing some inventory of my own life, and I was seeing a therapist at the time too, and she was wonderful. Shout out to Jen. And so all of these things, I started to really work on myself. And part of that work was at the same place where we studied A Course in Miracles. One of the ladies who came to the study did a yoga class. So I decided, why not? I'm going to go to the yoga class. So I went to the yoga class. And the first time I went, I don't think this happened the first time. I think it was the second time that I was there, it happened. I think it was my second yoga class. Anyway, so I went to the yoga class, and I'm trying to like learn the routine of the yoga and all this stuff. So I'm laying on the floor. We had a period where I'm just laying on the floor, and I was laying on my back, and all of a sudden, oh, it says my device is overheating. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully it won't. I wonder if I could turn the air conditioning up at it and turn it up higher. Let's see. I wonder what I can do for it. Yeah, now we're buffering. Crap. All right, let's see if it'll come back. It doesn't like this Streamlab. I didn't even put it on charge. Come on, come back to me. Maybe I shouldn't have gone off the thing. Play. All right. Okay, maybe we're back. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, let's just check. My phone overheated. Cool is that, right? I don't know if it started a new screen stream or what's going on here. Hold on. Give me a second. Alright. Let's see. Why is it doing this? Okay. Alright, I think we're live again. Man, guys. Why can't I get this story out? It's like the universe doesn't want me to tell it. Oh boy. Alright. Here we go. Okay. Where we left off was... Alright. Let me see if I go down a little bit. I need this, I'm hoping that the car's air conditioner will keep the phone a little bit less warm. We'll see. Okay. Color green today, guys. I was at the yoga class. I'm laying on my back. And all of a sudden, I feel myself start to leave my body. I feel myself start to leave my body and float. Just like I was floating in the blue, but this time there was no blue. There was just me, and my heart was pounding. And at first, I wondered if I was having a medical emergency. I really, really did. I thought, oh my gosh, I think I might be having a heart attack. I might be dying. I really thought that. I was started to panic a little bit. And then I realized, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just having a flashback. It's heavy stuff, guys. It's really heavy. So I'm looking at myself, and instead of laying on the floor at yoga class, I am laying on the operating table of my open heart surgery. I'm hovering above my body, and I can see the doctors, I can see the nurses, I can hear the beeping that has caused me so much trauma. I can hear the machines whirring. I can hear all this stuff happening. And at the same time, this sense comes over me of what I was feeling in the moment. So yes, there was that blue and the peace. And underneath that blue and peace was this longing. And the longing was for my kids. And I saw myself. I saw myself in my mind. I re-experienced that. Please, God, I can't die right now. My kids still need me. That's what came out. In that moment, I realized that's what I said. My kids still need me. My kids still need me. And it changed everything, guys. It changed everything. Because something horrible didn't happen to me that day that I came back for no reason. God heard me floating in that blue and gave me the choice. Right? He heard me cry out to not leave my children. And he allowed me to float back down into my body and then go through all the rest. But there was reason, right? All of a sudden, that shower and the dirty clothes didn't feel so icky anymore. because I realized there was a point to it all. Right? I asked for this. I asked for this. And it allowed me to change my focus from like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm stuck here and not in the peace anymore. I can't believe I'm stuck here, to, oh my gosh, how amazing is that? That in that moment where my heart cried out for my children, that something happened just like that, and God said, okay, I'm going to give you more time. Right? What a gift. What a gift, right? And this is months after. I've been feeling this way and wandering around trying to get myself killed for months. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I've been given this gift of time with my children. And that's another reason that 8th grade progression ceremony meant so much to me, because these are moments that are gifts to me, that, you know, all of these memories that I make, and the things they get to still do with me, and the memories that they will have are precious. And you don't have to wait to die and have a near-death experience to realize that. The people around you, the time you get to spend with them, is a gift. It's so precious and so amazing and beautiful. But you have to embrace the moment, right? You have to embrace the people around you, and you have to create those moments and memories. And that's why it's something that was very difficult, actually, in my relationship. You know, like, and it's not my intention at all to be disparaging. It's not. But that was one thing that was very difficult for the person that I was with to understand. Because it's everything to me. To spend time with my kids is everything to me. Spend time with my friends and my family is everything to me. Because that's all we get. We can have $1 million in the bank account. And when we die, we can't take that with us. And all those people that are left behind, all the people that now are grieving Maria, at least have those memories to hold on to. You know, I've been looking back at all the great times that Maria and I had together, the puzzles that we did together, the conversations that we had. You know, like, I'm embracing those, because that's all we get to have at the end. It's not about the money. It's not about my house. It's not about the stuff that I have. It's about those moments. Right? Oh, look. There's an ambulance, a fire rescue truck coming in with his lights on here. Hopefully everyone's okay. It's coming past me. Hold on one second. Okay, there he goes. He doesn't have his sirens on, thankfully. Okay, so yeah, guys. That's what's holding me up. In my grief for Maria, that's what's holding me up. That's what's keeping me going. Because we created those memories. We spent time together. And so in that fashion, my friend Libby, who also loves Maria, we got together on Friday. Was it Friday? Friday. We got together and we went to the beach. And we talked about Maria. You know, we remembered the wonderful, amazing times we'd had together. And it helps, right? It helps you get through the grief and the moments that you just miss them so much. It really makes a big difference. So then I have to continue the story how we got to the green, right? Because green is my next color from heaven. And so when I heard the kids, I need to come back for my kids. My kids need me. After that revelation, my body, myself, floated back down and joined my body back in that yoga class. And you guys can think, like you're totally welcome to have your own opinion about what happened in that moment, right? I know what I experienced in that moment, and nobody can take that away from me. It's my experience, and nobody can tell me it's not. And I was wrong or any of that. I'm validated because I was there and I experienced it, and I know the truth. So when I walked out of that, I was flying on cloud 9, guys, to have that revelation. And I walked out of that yoga class, and I walked out the door into this place, into the parking lot. And I was overwhelmed, blown away by this green, vibrant, amazingly green color that I could see everywhere I looked. It was like this fresh, new, amazing, vibrant green. And I see it still in the world around me. It's not in every tree, right? Like I can't see it everywhere I look. But I can see snatches of it in like different sections, So that's my second color, green. And green, for me, so blue was peace. Green was a new start. A new start. A start of leaving that old depression and suicidal thoughts and the ick. And I took off those old, crummy, gross, sweaty clothes, and I put on something new and beautiful. And I started actively investing, not just in my kids, but in people, which is why I met Frank. I went to the support group, I met Frank, and I started actively investing in Frank. And it's amazing, right? Like it fills up your tank while you're giving to others. Spending time with my kids is amazing. We have made so many. And another thing that I started doing was, I think I've mentioned this before, or maybe I've mentioned it on my other channel, the Broken Hearted Homesteader. I started making videos. And so I have a video and I kind of update it when big life events come. I try to update the video and I leave a little message. I have videos, like I have 6 different videos. One for my son and one for my daughter and my parents and, people that are important, my sister. So I update those from time to time so that they'll have them and they'll know. It sure seems like maybe the audio is bad now. It seems a little bit garbled now. I wonder why that is. We're almost at a good stopping point. So we're going to go with that. All right. I don't know. Maybe it'll clear itself up. Maybe I can turn this down a little bit. You'll be able to hear me better. I don't know. We always have to have some technical difficulties, right? You wouldn't even think it was this channel if everything was smooth flowing. There's always a solution, and you can always find joy if you look hard enough. So yeah, so that happened in 2022. It happened approximately. I'm gonna have to go back through my photos and try to figure out exactly when that happened. The green. I think it was probably maybe May or June of 2022. So now we're in 2026. That's been 4 years of seeing this green. It's been awesome.
and 4 years of making memories with my children and my family. So that's what it's all about, right? And I do have some other colors that I might share with you, but those are the main two, and they're the most important. So what is the takeaway for today? The takeaway is that our main goal should be peace, so that our lives are peaceful, and that we are at peace, and we create a ripple of peace around us, so that those people that are around us feel that peace, and their lives are changed because they're around us. So that's one, right? The blue. And then the green, the newness, and the making those moments count, and the memories count. And giving that life to others. So that's what I take away from the green, is giving life to others. So that's what I try to do everywhere I go. When I go to Target with my daughter, I say hi to the lady. When I go to Panera, I try to say hi to people, or at least make eye contact. You know, eye contact means everything to people. Eye contact and a smile can change somebody's day and give them a moment, right? I talked about that guy at Panera a week ago when I was, I guess, 2 weeks ago now, and I was struggling because my relationship had just imploded, and he saw something in me and he mentioned it, and it made my day, right? We have the opportunity to do that. It's awesome. That's why I'm here, right? That's why I'm here on this earth. I asked to come back for my children, and that ripple gets to come further and further and further and be amazing, right? It's not just my children now that benefit, it's everyone around me that I meet. That's what I want to do here on this channel. The whole point of Caring Connections with Faith is to build a community where we have a pond, a place of safety, a place of community, where if you're hurting and you don't feel like anyone cares, or you need someone to walk with you in a season of your life, that's what I want to be here for, right? To make life a little bit easier, a little less hard, a little less lonely. And if I can do that for just one person, it's totally cool and enough for me. And I'm going to be here Tuesdays and Thursdays until I feel like God tells me to stop, or if my health decides that I can no longer do this, then okay, that's it. But until then, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be available to you. And one way, if you want to connect other than this channel, you can always leave me a comment. I check and try to get back to everyone who leaves me a comment. Another way to connect with me is through email. My email is listed on the channel, and that is Caring Connections with Faith, all squished together, at gmail.com. I'll put it here in the chat. Caring Connections with Faith at gmail.com. Caring Connections with Faith at gmail. There you go. So if you need to or want to, feel free. Please feel free. That's what it's there for. I want to be someone who can be helpful if at all possible. If you need someone just to tell you that you're going to be okay and sit with you in that moment until you feel like you can continue on, that's totally cool. And I'm happy to do that. Even if it's a one-on-one and you reach out and I can just go live privately and send you a link and we sit here, that's totally cool with me. Right? That's what I want to do. That's what I'm here for. That's part of the reason that I'm still on this planet. So please, please, please reach out. If you need to or want to, please reach out. So I'd also like, for anyone who's made it this far and would like to be part of our community, like I said before, if you could subscribe and sign up, that would be fantastic. And if you could share this channel, that would be amazing. It would definitely make my life a little bit easier if we could get to 50 subscribers. Then my phone would not be overheating, etc., etc., etc. I have to make it jump through a bunch of hoops right now because I don't have 50 subscribers. So it'll be easier once we get to the 50 mark. We're at 20. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. I'm not in a big race or a rush. Doesn't matter how long it takes. I'm going to be here doing this as best we can. Every Tuesday, every Thursday. So yeah. Let me have a drink. Hold on. All right. So at least, even though the stream did its thing and froze a little bit, at least we were able to work through it. So now I have a better understanding of Streamlabs. It seems to be working pretty well. So that's great. And yeah, we're making progress. We are making progress. So my day after this looks like a trip to the mall. My daughter wants to go and hang out at the mall for a little bit, so we're going to do that. And so that'll be fun. I don't know what you guys are up to this afternoon, but I hope that you'll be able to find a little sunshine and you'll be able to maybe be sunshine to the people that you are around today. Definitely keep in mind that you have the ability to set the tone for those around you. So think about that and be really conscious of that today, how you're acting. When I came on this morning, I felt awful, guys. I was feeling so down and so discouraged, and I'm committed to this. So I chose, even though I didn't feel like it, to come on. And now, I don't care if no one watched the stream, I feel great that I was able to put myself out there and fulfill my purpose. And I feel much better. So, that's the moral for today. Do the best you can and be light as best you can for those around you. Because I think that's the green too, is light. Light. How the light hits the green. All right. So, I'm going to sign off for now and head to the mall. And I hope that you guys got something out of this. And I will see you again on Thursday. Until then, please, please, please take good care of yourself and each other. And I will catch you Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lots and lots of love to you all. Bye for now. See you soon.